So I'm going to title this video, The Journey Begins. Okay. So what I want to talk about is landing this offer. What kind of offer should you be on to be able to generate 200K in revenue? What I want to do in terms of performance. Okay. So I'm pretty new to sales. I mean, I've been doing it for a little over a year and a bit. However, I've never really been on with a company like this well structured. And so I want to dive into the things that I'm working on into to perform and to actually produce results. Okay. So this story, I think, it splits into two. Firstly, I have to land the offer. And for those of you that want to accomplish something similar, the most important part of the journey will be landing an offer that allows you to be able to produce 200K in revenue. And so first of all, you got to be able to check, okay, is this company bringing in at least, half a mil a month? I think for me was my limit. Like I can't go lower than that because, if they're not producing that much, like say they're on like 100K, the likelihood of you just coming on and producing to like the marketing and you can tell the lead flow and everything won't be there and it's not going to be as strong. So 500K, company that I'm with is doing roughly 2 million a month, which is pretty good. And they want to get to 3 million. So are they growing? Yes. Do they have like the amount of revenue you can see, okay, the sales process and everything is working. One of my big kind of things that I really needed the company should have is a proven sales process. Are there people in the company actually making that much money? Finding this offer, there's a lot that goes behind it, People just think that they make it very simple, okay? I read a tweet from a guy, that's how I got into sales. I read a tweet, he's like, oh, ways you can make money without a business, without having to do marketing, all of these things. You just find a coach and whose calendar's booked and you just take those calls and then, you have like 5 calls a day. You close like 3 out of those 5, each one's from a 5K package. So you're making 1,500 a day. You sail off into the sunset. And then that's the tweet that I read that got me into sales. So remote sales. So, it's funny because now I'm looking at it, it's not like that, man. It's not like that. You got to sell yourself. You got to ace the interview. You got to find these offers. There's a lot that goes into it. So the interview prep for me took about, I'd say 15, 20 hours of prep. So, I wanted to be able to control the interview. So the way I'll answer questions, this was my mindset going in. The interview wasn't really like that. It was fairly like nonchalant, very casual. But my mindset going in was I want to be able to ask questions that lead to them asking me questions that I predicted. It's like a whole thing. So, it's a lot more difficult than that. Best way to find these kind of offers, though, if I was going to give you a tip, find somebody that's in these offers, like in the sales department, and network with them, have a chat, and see if they're hiring. Best way to find these opportunities, in my opinion. So that was kind of like landing the opportunity. I moved countries. I don't know if you can see, it doesn't look like the UK. I live in Oman now, so time differences and whatnot are going to affect, it probably wouldn't, but it didn't really affect my ability because I was traveling and dealing with things with like family issues and whatnot. So it really helped me back. So now that I'm on this offer, what is it I want to do? I want to be able to produce 200K a month, right? And so I have like a 2-month, I'm giving myself a 2-month learning curve, okay? This is where I learn the processes. I learn, I get a groove of things, And so by month 3 onwards, I'll have 10 months, technically 10 months to be able to produce 200K a month. And then the first 2, if I produce like 50K or 100K or something less, then I won't really, because I've already have that buffer. That's what I'm planning anyway, but we'll see how well it goes. So there's a leaderboard. There's somebody at the top who's already producing 250K a month. So I'm trying to network with the guy so I can get some like little tips and that. And I heard that you can listen to these people's recordings. So it's going to be pretty fun. So things that I need to work on. I thought the calls would be on Zoom. It's not going to be on Zoom. It's going to be over the phone. So I really need to work on like my voice, my communication skills. I was thinking about adding like body language. So I don't know if you know what it is. I've been using my hands quite a bit. I'm trying to work on like speaking with my hands so I can really drive ideas home in people's minds. But you know, if I'm going to be doing it over the phone, I think it would still have an effect. Like that stuff would translate through the phone. I want to work on how I speak. So I want to be able to say short phrases that really have like impact, build pictures in the minds of people. And it's very easy to digest. So that's my plan. I want to work on my voice as well. So like projection. I mean, I have a very raspy kind of voice. Like I know the ladies like it, but I need to make it a lot more smoother, especially on the phone. So that's basically where I'm at. Right now I'm practicing the script and like I'm going through. So if you're starting an offer, say you want to join me on this journey. Right now, I need to build my belief in the product that I'm selling. So the best way to sell is to be convinced of what you're selling. So, I mean, there's, you know, Muslims out there. I'm Muslim, right? I could sell Islam any day. I bet there's Mormons out there. They'll knock on your door at like 3 in the morning, and, you know, with their book and stuff. They're sold, right? So you have to be sold to be able to sell. And so, fun fact, like I'm actually dreaming about like the product, and like I'm in my sleep, I'm like thinking about what I'm selling. Like, yeah, this is it. Which is funny, right? So it's working. It's getting into like the subconscious mind. You can see that. So I'm going through a bunch of testimonials. I'm memorizing the script. I'm doing my training. And next week, I should be taking calls. They're going to ease me into it. So think 2 to 3 calls a day. The calls are like a 3-call process, which is something I've never really experienced before. So it's like a 3-call process to be able to the end of the sale. And if it's not the sale, then there'll be like 5 small calls onwards, which is fine with me. I don't really mind. I'm thinking about, because the top closer there, who's bringing in like more than 250K a month, this guy works like 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. He works like 8 hours a day. So I'm thinking like, worst comes to worst, I'll probably just outwork him, you know? I might as well just do, you know, work 7 days. I'm thinking 9, 10 hours a day. I could easily do. I don't really consider this work. I used to work in construction. That's work in like -30. So sitting down in a nice office, you know, in like comfortable clothing shouldn't really be an issue. So that's my thoughts where I'm at. I'm super excited for this. I mean, I might sound like really monotone, really chill. When I got the news, I landed the gig, man, I jumped out of my chair. I was static. I was like, this is it. This is it. So the journey begins. Super happy, man. Super happy. Anyways, the way I'm going to be doing this is I'll probably have like a rev check. So revenue check, I'll probably do it once a week or once a month. I'll do rev check once a week. Yeah, I'll commit to rev check once a week. Probably do it on maybe Saturday or Sunday or on the weekend. So rev check will basically be how much revenue I've generated, what I did to grow the amount of revenue. Like, am I doing better follow-ups? Did I do objection handling better? Like, I want to show you guys what I'm working on. I might show you guys like at the end of the month, like leaderboard check. So how close I am to catching the top closer. And I'm going to also be talking about things that I'm working on. So self-image is very important. You need to be able to see yourself as a closer. You need to be able to see your bank account. Because people like, one thing I noticed is an issue that I have that you guys might have. Like I have like, so say for example, your bank account has a certain amount of money in it. Like that reflects your self-image. I didn't know that, but it kind of does. Like if you're comfortable having your bank balance be at X amount, say $1,000 or 2,000, right? Then whenever it goes over that, you get ecstatic. Oh my God, I'm making tons more. And so what happens is your mind just kind of spends a lot more to bring you down to where it thinks your self-image is at. Like this is the type of person you're at. And so I don't want that happening with my production. Does that make sense? So I'm probably gonna do something with like self-image. I've been speaking to to a lady who's part of our mentorship group. She's talking about it as well. Do you do something where you like write down like your affirmations and stuff? So I gotta take pictures of it and like send it to her every single day. So I'll probably start that as well. Yeah, man, this is it. Take care, guys.